Now, when it comes to investing in artificial intelligence, could old school stocks offer some cutting edge opportunities? My next guest scored big last year looking into the industrials that would support the build out of AI. Names like Vertiv, Eaton, and Supermicro. Today, he's talking about his next three big industrial picks. And joining me now is Dennis Jean-Jacques, the founder and chief investment officer at Ocean Park Investments. Dennis, it's great to have you here. We already showed a little glimpse of some of these names. Do these specifically support the AI build out as well?
No, absolutely. And I think that what's important for investors to realize is that, they need to bring agility and to really find value in the marketplace. Look, we're basically overdue for a market dislocation right now. And right now, if you see that, I think most people don't really understand is that dislocation and disruptions in the marketplace is really a feature and not a bug. And also, we are, as investors, we're basically wired in a certain way to basically focus on bubbles and dislocations, things of that sort. And the companies that we're looking at right now is really based on companies that are generating the power that's really needed to drive a lot of the AI in the marketplace right now. The one company that we like in particular is Talon. I worked for the late Michael Price, and he always says that, you can always find great opportunities as companies coming out of bankruptcy. Talon basically came out of bankruptcy about 2 years ago. They restructured last year. Their cash flow is growing about 25% or so. They cleaned up their balance sheet. The stock's trading less than 14 times PE. Is cheaper than the market. And they also have enough cash in their balance sheet to really buy back about 10% of their stock almost every other year. And I think that this type of company is really not well known in the marketplace. And we think that by next year or so, in 6 to 9 months, I think they could be added to the Russell 1000 or even the S&P 500. So that's one of the companies that we think that's going to do very, very well. They provide a lot of the power that basically generate a lot of the AI movement.
They're up 260% this year, so they have done well. The forward PE is 42, which again, for the growth that you're describing, is not necessarily that steep. So it's good. A lot of investors will be curious if it's too late for some of these plays. So let's quickly hit your two others that you want to talk about here. Clean Harbors, Quanta Services, similar kind of setup and opportunity?
Yeah, so with the Clean Harbors, they focus on hazardous waste management and oil recycling. Basically, they collect, dispose various hazardous waste from the various companies. We believe that this company, the management team has done a fantastic job just growing cash flow. They have a lot of cash on the balance sheet to buy back stock. One division that we particularly like is the safety clean segment. This division basically recycles and refines oil. And we believe that given the new administration and what the new treasuries with these 3+333 plan, we believe there's going to be a lot of oil being produced in this country. I think that their backlog's going to grow even bigger, which stands around $30 billion at the moment. The other company that we like is Quanta Service. Quanta basically feed the customers of utility. These are very power-hungry customers of utilities. They provide all the specialty services for grid, also communication infrastructure. And what we really like about them, they're really a pure play. They compete with companies like Eaton, which have done well recently. But if you could really want to focus on really improving the grid and also the communication infrastructure, Quanta Services is the one that we really like here.
It's amazing to highlight the performance of some of these industrial names. This is the sweet spot right now, it really seems, that I'm glad to hear you think maybe into next year as well. Dennis, thanks so much for joining us. Hope to check back in soon.